What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, I just want to call out some things that we're seeing in the data on chain to let you know that the bot farm purge is actually still underway. Now, I know we are about a season and a half into the wild season permit going live. We've seen battles drop off, but keep in mind that it takes some time for a lot of things to readjust. Now, here's the thing. At the end of the day, the market has not been fantastic, right? So you've seen Bitcoin dip with all the selling that's going on. You've seen it crash alts, and SPS has not been spared in any way. But I do think a lot of this is compounded by the fact that there is mass selling off of assets within the Splinterlands ecosystem, right? Obviously, for the players here who are participating, the 3,000 players in a wild, the however many players we have in modern, I think most folks are just hanging around. I don't know anybody here that's like mass selling off SPS, even if you're complaining about it, right? I don't know that you can do it in mass the way that we've seen, but the bot farms or anybody who's exiting the game with accounts in mass, that's where a lot of that would be compounding the sell-off that's going off in the general broader markets. Okay, sorry, lots of word salads there. Let me go ahead and show you what I'm looking at. So first thing to keep in mind, it takes 28 days to unstake all of your SPS, okay? So it's a full 4 weeks, which again, roughly a month. And when you look at the last month here, you can see, as I said earlier, we are only about 70%, 75% of the way there in terms of when the wild permit went live and essentially made a bunch of, low-level farming accounts irrelevant. So there's still some time to go. But here's the data that I find interesting, because look at this. Even just 2 days ago, right, on July 3rd, we had 106,000 daily active players. And actually, it shouldn't say players, active accounts. Clearly, that this didn't pop up in battles. It's not like they came through and were like, yeah, let's go ahead and play some battles. Somebody was just accessing the account and doing something, either transferring cards, transferring SPS, unstaking SPS, who knows how all of that goes, right? So my point with this is that it was still happening even as of 2 days ago. But here's where it gets really interesting. You see this spike? Well, you see this spike here on the right, 106,000? Look at this spike here. This is exactly 7 days from this one. Oh, and then there's another major spike here, 7 days from this one. And then guess what? The first crazy spike that we saw in, at least the last couple of months where we went over 107, this is 7 days before this one. So here, I'm looking at July, if you want to go and look at this on your own, June 12th to then June 19th to then June 26th, and then now July 3rd. All of those are 7 days apart from one another. So whoever it is, and it could be more than one person, it could be more than one, farming system, like they're all going in on the same days essentially, and putting in or pulling out whatever capital that they have. So I'm not saying that SPS wouldn't be down anyway, right? Again, it's a broader sell-off, but just looking at the data on chain, you can see that there is mass account activity happening, which means, right, unless they are consolidating to play in modern, which I don't think any of them will be, this is adding on to that. And there is going to be an endpoint because clearly they're not participating in the ecosystem anymore the way that they used to. You can see battles are down. You can see even look at this. So this is the lowest we've ever seen players on July 4th. I don't know, maybe everybody was at a barbecue, but this is July 4th, 6,366. That's the lowest I've ever seen active accounts in a day the entire time that I have been here. So maybe that's the real number. Maybe we're getting closer to the real number and it's a little bit lower. But either way, right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 so far. And again, keep in mind, this is only 3 weeks, right? So to go from the 12th, so 1, 2, 3, we have to go another 5 to 6 days for when whoever accessed the accounts on June 12th would have full access to the unstaked SPS. There will be, right, that last 1/4 of SPS staked if this right here was them unstaking all of their accounts, or all of their SPS, right? And again, it just makes sense when you think about the fact that we get 25 of the SPS that we unstake every week, right? Oh, here they go. They go in and they unstake. Then 7 days later, they come back. Maybe they access just the highest accounts and drain those. Then they come back, they access the highest accounts, drain those. Then they come back and they're like, okay, let's go through all of the accounts now, right? Because maybe some accounts only had like one SPS or two SPS. Or actually, keep in mind, this just popped into my head. Now you no longer need to have one SPS in the system, right? In order to claim your rewards, right? That was a hot fix that they changed with this new season. So somebody probably went in and said, oh, I can even unlock all of the other SPS that I was supposed to get, right? With all these accounts because I couldn't access them. So here they are coming back into the system. Again, I'm just speculating here. I'm sharing the data with you guys. The data makes sense to me, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Maybe you're seeing something different. And again, I am not saying that this is the reason for the mass sell-off. There's clearly a lot of fear on the greed fear index within crypto right now. Overall, Bitcoin's down to 55K. So we would be seeing lower numbers regardless. But there is capitulation happening here. There is, mass exodus happening here, which I don't think is happening with a lot of the hardcore or regular players that are active on Discord or X or whatever the case is. So just sharing that data with you. Again, I'm not saying that it's responsible for everything, but I am saying that it is not insignificant at the same time, and that there will be an endpoint to this at some point. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That is all I have for you guys in this video. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.